From the Shooting from the Lip studio in Louisville, Kentucky, it's the KT Unearthly Show with your hosts, Kevin Hale and Tiffany Mac.
What is up? Kevin Hale in this Louisville, Kentucky Shooting from the Lip studio, live on this Friday night because I have no life. June 17th, 2016. We are doing it here for the latest Shooting from the Lip. It's the KT Unearthly Show with my better half, Tiffany Mac. T-Mac, what is up?
It's been a great day. We're just settling down for the evening and ready to discuss all things paranormal with our wonderful and lovely guest tonight. How are you doing?
Wonderful and I'm good. Our guest is wonderful and lovely and somewhat annoying, as I've come to find out in the last 48 hours. For Mike's Live, for shits and giggles, let's just bring her on. Let's bring on the guest. Drum roll. Tiffany, give the intro.
Well, this is an incredible new guest that we've had been talking to lately. Her name is Shari Marie DeBenedetti. I'm assuming that she's been married recently. Is that correct?
Divorced recently, basically.
Oh, okay. So you're going back to a maiden name? Okay.
Yeah.
So
wait a minute. I haven't seen the Ventura. I mean, what's that? I haven't seen that. Where'd you get that at? Well, you could speak. It says it's your name.
No, I get it. Well, actually, when I first started the show, my name was still Shari Ventura. And the process of getting a divorce and everything, so I actually went back to my maiden name. So in season 10, you'll see Shari Ventura, and then in season 11, in the beginning, the first few episodes will still say Ventura, and then it'll change over to DeBenedetti.
Okay, so is this like Jesse Ventura?
Not at all.
Interesting.
No relation.
Darn it, because I really wanted to get him on.
Now, a lot of people ask me that, and a lot of the comments were not good if I was. So
what?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. Mhm.
I guess he's a little too mouthy, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This one, I've got a feeling, is just as mouthy, or only in a probably in a sweeter voice kind of way. She's got the have you detected the northeastern accent, Tiff?
I love that. I love it. I love the Yankee.
Shari is
I didn't even see.
Massachusetts, that's home, right? Not to stalk or anything.
Well, I'm actually from upstate New York and moved out here about in '84, and been living here ever since.
So, okay, tell me, say, if you were to drive your car to a bar, which bar would you go to? And then wash your car. Tell me in your own words that sentence.
No, you can't put me on like that.
Come on, I want to hear it.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, put me on. I know I can't even speak now. No, I would say bar.
Yeah. So you're upstate New York and not Boston.
Right. It's half and half. So okay. Yeah, but no.
Do you say you guys?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do say that.
Okay.
And my mother yells at me every time I do.
Hey, you guys gonna come in and drink a beer? We should have people on to discuss our accents.
Exactly. Yeah, we've got the whole. Do you detect the twang in our southern accent?
Yes. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. Because we texted a lot, but once
you detected it. You detected it in the text?
No. When we were texting, that was a whole new issue. But when you called, that I heard your accent, and yeah, very strong.
I'm strong, really? I don't know.
Strong accent. Yeah.
Okay, all right, you say so. Let me do a little social media plug for the show. You can find our show on iTunes or YouTube. Subscribe to those channels. Twitter at The Shooting Lip. My Twitter at KevinHale423. Tiffany's is at Tiffany Mac _ET. You can like us, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Again, coming to you live via Blog Talk Radio. Shari Marie in the house, ghost investigator with Ghost Hunters, SyFy. Shari, officially welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Before we get into you, because this show is all about you, Shari.
Great.
Tiffany and I kind of throw some paranormal tidbit out to start the show, and I sent her a link that I thought was kind of funny. So I'm going to turn it over to Tiffany. Tiffany, share with us what this paranormal tidbit is all about.
Well, this is a little interesting. I mean, most of the time that we discuss the paranormal side, we try to bring in anything relating to ghosts or spirits or extraterrestrials or like any kind of phenomenon that is beyond our natural senses. Well, this time we are going to talk about Bobby Brown, because he is no doubt an interesting character. For the past, probably 28 years, 30 years, we have seen Bobby Brown grow up and marry Whitney Houston and have all of their supernatural drama, we'll call it that, on the shows. And what's interesting is that Bobby Brown claims to have had sex with a ghost. So if Bobby Brown wants to say he's had sex with a ghost, it's his prerogative. And
it is.
During his 2020 interview on Tuesday night, the former New Edition singer told a new story about a very bizarre experience involving a ghost. And he claims that he woke up and, yes, a ghost was mounting him. Bobby Brown didn't go into any detail about his supernatural sex session, but he did emphasize he was completely sober when he did the deed. He was not high and he was not tripping. Now, for someone to say, I'm not high and I'm not tripping, that means to me that maybe they do it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. So he's not the first celebrity who has claimed to gotten down with the ghost, but this one is he's a very interesting specimen.
Well, the fact that he brings it up on 2020, so that was I'm pretty damn sure that was not the reason why he was on 2020. It was probably just some side conversation. But Tiffany, you and I talked offline before the show about this topic, and we both agreed could this have really been per se a dream, because males have those kind of dreams, and but you
nocturnal emission,
exactly, the animalistic grind that we have as males, but you kind of had these paranormal experiences, so you can kind of relate, right?
So you're throwing me under the bus right now?
Yes, I am, but it's for good radio. It's a good cause, Tiffany. Do it for the team. Take one for the team.
Okay, so let me just say that my mom has already texted me and said, be careful. She also said she heard the interview and he was absolutely serious. So I will go into this topic and say, yes, people have very, very vivid dreams. Do you know the difference between waking up and being in a dream state still, or do you actually have experiences with other beings? Now, my concern is maybe it's not a ghost, but maybe it's some type of extraterrestrial or interdimensional being, maybe using your bodily fluids for some other nefarious purpose. That's what I'm going to go for. How's that?
Really?
Wow.
But you know who we can ask? We can ask Shari Marie what she thinks about that.
That's it. Nice segue. Let's put Shari on the spot.
Yeah, put me on the spot now. I thought, Tiffany, you were going to say that you had that experience when he was trying to throw you under the bus.
Well, we're not going to go there this evening. We may, but not at the moment. How's that?
Wait till the alcohol.
Maybe in an hour.
Then, yeah.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Oh God, what do I think? I mean, there's first. No, I've never had this experience, so let me just get that out.
There's a pooper in every party, Tiffany. See, Shari.
Sorry, I'm just throwing that out there. I have never had that experience. I've had there's also the other thing of like the sleep paralysis and things like that. So, I mean, I do believe that people, when they are sleeping, that they do think that a lot of things are true, whether they think they're having sex with somebody or the sleep paralysis or anything. So I definitely believe that. But I'm not going to say anything about
there's two different
I have
stages.
no idea.
There's two different stages of sleep paralysis. The first one is hypnopompic and hypnagogic. And one is at the beginning of your sleep cycle and one is at the end of your sleep cycle. But the thing that really rings true when it comes to sleep paralysis is that you're paralyzed. You can't move. And there's a symptom of fear that comes along with that. Now, obviously, Bobby Brown did not sound like he was terrified. He sounded like it is what it is, and it happened, and it rang true to him. So what's funny is, what are these people experiencing? Maybe.
What I did.
I was gonna say something tells me Bobby Brown probably at the end of the interview, whether it made it on TV or not, will claim that he left the ghost limping. Anyways, Shari,
I think you're right.
Jump in. Yeah, Brother Bobby, one of the, what was it, New
Brother
Edition?
Bobby.
Yeah, New Edition.
Oh, yeah. You might be
Okay.
right.
But
Let's go
Shari.
into her bio, man. Let's talk about Shari.
Yeah, all right. It's time to talk Shari. Shari, oh Shari, our love holds on. That was a Steve Perry song. Do you remember Steve Perry? Lead singer.
I love that song.
Yeah.
Are you going to sing it for us?
Oh Shari, our love holds on. All right.
On.
Yeah. So Shari, we're dominating Shari. Shari, tell us. Let's give us the Shari bio. What's up with you?
What's up with me?
Yeah.
I started. Let me see.
You started the paranormal at a very young age.
Yeah. Well, I started having experiences at a very young age. And just the regular things. Seeing things, hearing things, seeing things move. Just the regular stuff. However, I didn't really get into it. It was just experiencing these things.
What? Okay, wait. You need to describe some of these basic experiences because a lot of people don't understand how people get involved in this situation.
Well, when I was younger, it, like when you just see things kind of at the corner of your eye, you think you see somebody standing there, but then you look and then there's nobody there. Or you think you see things moving, things disappear, but then they appear, later on, in the same place that you already loved. You hear things, knocking or, voices and things. Growing up, you experience all those things, but you just don't understand, which I didn't understand, I should say, what was going on. So I just I would just kind of ignore it and just, I just try to not, freak myself out, so I just kind of ignore it and move on. Later on, I, of course, played with a Ouija board, like a lot of other people. And I had a lot of things happen with that. And just mostly, I didn't really believe anything it actually said. So, everybody that I'm with, they were always asking questions, and every answer that it gave, it wasn't true. Nothing ever happened. So I never believed anything it said. However, we always made things move. So it was always, for example, I had this like puppet thing, hanging from my ceiling, and I would make it move, so it would start moving, and I'm like, really make it move, and then it would just start swinging like really, really heavy.
That's probably your first wrong move.
Yeah. Well,
move.
I'm like, because I need things to happen, like physically, and, like I just really, So, but I took it down my ceiling and I shoved it in the closet because I was nervous, so I shut the door. And ever since that day, though, it's gone. It disappeared. Like, I have no idea where that thing went.
You mean the puppet?
The puppet, yeah. Like, I don't even know. And let me see. God, there's other one of the last times that I actually played with a Ouija board. I played with it a lot just because I always had to kind of prove to people, and everybody's like, what, you're playing with that? I'm like, oh yeah, we can make things move, and I always had to prove it to people. So either they'd come to my house, I'd go to their house, and I'd bring this board, and but one time I had a lot of people over my house, and we had a lot of things moving, like like the ceiling fan, just a bunch of things. But the last thing was a pencil. So on the coffee table, we put a pencil there, and I said, okay, move it, move the pencil really fast, so that everybody can see. And it whips off the table. So when it whipped past like somebody's head, and so that's when I was getting nervous. I'm like, all right, that was like I was really scared, thinking, it was going to be going through somebody's eye or something, so I put it back on the coffee table, and I'm like, all right, this is, keep it on the table, move it as fast as you can, however you can, just keep it on the table. And then all of a sudden it just started spinning in circles. So this way it stayed on the table, but it was just, spinning. And, but that was the last time I actually, played with the Ouija board, because that's when I started getting nervous, being that it flung off and almost, hit somebody.
Can I ask you how old you were when that happened?
That was, I played with it in the middle school.
Because I want to say that
8th grade.
I want to say that a lot of activity begins when you're just beginning to go through puberty. Have you heard this?
No.
Well, you have a lot of activity around that time because you've got a lot of things going on, a lot of hormones, and I feel like they're attracted to the energy of that time period. But it seems like a lot, and maybe more so with women than men. Kevin, have you heard this?
I haven't, but at the same time too, I've never messed with the Ouija board. On it, probably because I just never had access to it. But at the same time too, though I'm a fan, I'm a fan of the paranormal. Not every bump in the night is paranormal. Not every light in the sky is paranormal.
Right.
And I'm not totally sold on the Ouija board thing, but I do listen and respect, because I do think it is a connection, and
it's it's absolutely an instrument for contact.
My game is not through
contact?
Paranormal. My game is a different game.
Okay.
I got
all right.
a game,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for interrupting you, Shari. Go on.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's okay. And the other thing is that even if even if there, was a board there or not. Like what we do now when we go out on the field, we're always saying, hey, can you move this? Can you move that? Can you do? And they move it too. Mm-hmm. So, you don't need a Ouija board to be doing what we do anyways. Whether, I really don't know much about it. I hear many different things, whether it's bad or it's fine or, after, it really is just a board game that you can just buy at a store, for like, a few bucks.
But it's cool.
Right. It's definitely, something that it feels like, it just enough, like it can bring something in, and I hear that a lot, which makes me nervous, like, cause my kids talk about it, and I'm like, I know, I'm like, I don't even want to go there, with my kids. Just knowing that things can happen with everything that I've experienced, with it. So mm-hmm. I definitely, I don't want to. But at the house, I actually, cause, and the other thing is getting rid of it. I don't know how, I never knew how to get rid of it. Everybody was saying, don't, you can't throw it out. You can't do this. You got to burn it. But then there was, all those stories about burning it. So,
well, actually, that is a good. What is this? What is the true story? Once you've opened up some portal, or you invited, or through the Ouija board, you've had this connection with something. How do you? Yeah. How do you
close the door?
Disengage? Yeah, or close it. Yeah. How do you do that with the Ouija board? Is it burning it?
Can I make a statement first?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Ouija board has been used for thousands of people for spirit communication, and it's very similar to like the automatic writing. The only difference between the two being the absence of the board itself and automatic writing. Both forms of communication are supposedly can be very dangerous. As are seances, because they're usually uncontrolled forms of communication. In other words, the individual can use these channels as the channels are usually novices and are not aware of the possible dangers. So a controlled situation typically would be like where a psychic or medium or a clairvoyant is present and maybe can lead the people in the group in the procedure. So when you have like a bunch of kids, you don't really know where it can lead. You don't have anybody guiding them. So what scares me is that potential negative entities may be coming through. And like Kevin said, how do you close that door? So do you just tell them to leave? Do you say we're done here and disperse? Or do you just not do it to begin with? When you're saying that you would be very nervous if your children brought one into the home and started playing with it, because it's a form of communication, right? Right. How do you close that door? This is like one of the questions that really, really resonates with me. I wouldn't know how to close the door.
Right. It just seems like a lot. I just remember, I haven't played with it for years, but mm-hmm. I do remember, there was like questions that you have to ask before, like what kind of day is it in the spirit world or some, I don't know, something like that.
Oh, okay.
And remember, and there's like a sun and a moon. So if it goes to the sun, it's a good spirit. If it goes to the moon, it's a bad spirit. And then you before you always put it away, you always say okay, goodbye, and make mm-hmm. sure that it goes to goodbye.
Okay.
Of course, it didn't always say goodbye, so you were kind of like, you just kind of push it to goodbye just because it just didn't do it, right. So like, all right, goodbye, and but I do remember after that, the last time I played with it in that house, we moved to another house, which I brought it with me. But then we moved out of, in that particular house, that's where the house within one day, like, it was fine. And then the next day, it just became very haunted. And, you know, I mean, I'm not putting it towards the Ouija board at all. It's just because we lived there for a couple of years, and all of a sudden something happened, and I don't know what. Let's just say my mother had her own ghost, and I had my own ghost. And it was pretty bad. It was basically, I would sit in the driveway and wait for my mother to come home because I didn't want to go into the house by myself.
Oh my God.
And it was just that awful feeling. You just don't know what's going to happen, you know. And nobody ever got hurt, thank God. But that's when, let me see, one night I was in bed, like I just went to bed, laying on my back, and just all of a sudden I felt like something. I mean, I don't know if it was hands or something, but they grabbed my, they put their hand over my mouth, their hands over my wrists and my legs, so that this way, you know, obviously I couldn't move. And then this thing appeared in front of me, kind of like on the side of my bed, right next to me, and it was like a doppelganger of my boyfriend at the time. And so the first thing, of course, I was nervous because, you know, what the hell is going on? But then I saw this thing appear in front of me, and I'm like, which it looked like my boyfriend at the time. And so then I was thinking, wait a second, did he sleep over last night? You know, like, 'cause these things are like going through my head. And but then I'm like really staring at him, and then I noticed like he doesn't have a face, so he has like the whole, you know, the whole body and shape, the exact shape, and I mean everything was there except for the face. The face was just like black, and he was just staring at me. And you know, and of course you can't scream, you can't yell, you can't do anything. And then he just kind of like backed up and then walked out the door, and the door opened up by itself. He walked out, you know, and closed, and the door closed, and then everything was lifted up off me. Now, even like when he was kind of walking, which was sort of gliding, but I heard like his footsteps on the carpet. And then when I noticed, you know, then when he was out the door, I could see the bottom of his legs, and there was nothing. So, you know, like the shin down, like there was nothing there. So that's kind of when it all started for me. Like, what the hell's going on? And, you know, so for many, like probably like months after that, like the lights would be on, the TV would be full blast, because like I didn't want to see any shadows. I didn't want to hear any footsteps. I was, so that was pretty bad. And
so
I mean, another night.
You're not that tough, really, is what you're saying, Shari.
I am scared of everything.
I was going to say, because your personality has been like a badass with me on text through social media, but now I'm getting the true picture that you're not really tough at all.
Yeah. Now this is all prior to me doing my research and everything else that I possibly can. Now this is like, you know, back, oh God, in the 90s.
Right.
You know, so the internet wasn't there. It wasn't as available as it is now. You know, so I just did a lot of, you know, try to get as many books on, you know, either like paranormal or spirits or angels, or, you know, just like anything, because I don't know what this is. And you know, and then of course, you know, ghost hunters, you know, watching the show, and then you just.
How did you connect with Jason, by the way?
We were very early in his events. We met. I was with, again, the boyfriend that I, the same one. We used to go to the event and just met up with him and Grant and the rest of the crew, and we just hit it off. And our families hung out together, quite a few times, and just throughout the years, I don't even know how many events we've been to, but he's come up here, his family come up here to visit. We go down there to visit. So we just got close over time. So because when I did start my team eventually, if I had questions, I'd always be calling him up, trying to figure out, different ways to do things, or what does he think, and, and all that. So he'd help me out a lot. I don't know. We just known each other for a very long time. I get along with, them, the rest of the crew, good bunch of, people.
So
I just want to hold on,
okay,
Tiffany. I want to say that Shari has given the ex-boyfriend a lot of airtime tonight.
Oh, there you go. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
That was also my ex-husband.
Oh, okay.
Which is also the ex-husband.
He had a lot of airtime himself.
We covered two birds with one stone there. So all right, go ahead.
So if your children, how old are your children, if you don't mind?
That's okay. 10 and 12.
Okay. So if they brought a Ouija board into your home, would you be opposed to this at this point in your life, knowing the things that you know?
I don't know. I probably still wouldn't want them to bring it in. However, on the other hand, I let them play with my equipment, so it's like, what would be the difference?
Right.
So mind over matter, I guess. I would probably say, oh no, I don't really like that. But like I said, there's really no difference. So I don't know.
Are you a religious person?
I'm not a church goer. Is that what you mean?
No, I'm spiritual, religious.
I am spiritual.
You're spiritual.
Okay.
I'm
always, I believe in guardian angels and, talk to them quite a bit. And, always ask, everybody to, watch over me and protect me when I go into these places, because you don't know what you're going to come up to. So.
Well, guardian angels are aliens, but that's a totally different subject, and we won't go there. Anyways.
That's not this episode, hon. This is not that episode.
Wrong episode, right?
Not an ET episode. This is wrong episode.
Okay. I'm sorry. Reel me in.
Reel me in. Hunters episode.
I did see a UFO before, but I've never seen an alien. So I definitely believe in UFOs.
Really?
And I'm just assuming that there's aliens driving it. I just don't know, because I've never seen it.
Not necessarily.
I don't know. I don't know. Who's driving these things?
Well, some of them are our own, very own people. And I will say that for sure, because that's what I know.
Yeah, Tiffany's got some ET connections, but that's again, Shari, you would have to come on a different. You'll have to join us for a different show. But
we'll have to educate you another day.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Shari, take us now. You've met Jason. You're part of the Ghost Hunters team. What was that like to actually? Because Ghost Hunters, that's a legit. It's a legit paranormal show that by the time you came on, I want to say, when did season 10 when you showed up?
I was a huge Taps fan. I was a huge Taps fan from the first season. So
right,
loved it. Loved it.
No, same here. I don't want to put another plug in for my ex, so I'll just kind of say
No, come on.
We
might as well just bring him on the phone. Well, let's just call him. Get him on the line.
No, no, I just, like that we, I watched it again, day one and everything, and it's like that was our date night, so we just watched it all the time. But just it's very strange to actually, you're watching this show and and you're a huge fan, and then all of a sudden you're on it, so it's very overwhelming, and when I started filming, it's, still I'm kind of like looking around and looking at everybody, and it's just weird, like I don't even know how to describe it. It's just really, it's strange, and I've met most of them already, to be there and just to be with the crew, with the production crew, and to be in the trucks, it's just like the whole thing, it took a while to kind of get it into my head that I'm a part of it. It's still strange, but I think it's still strange just because season 11 hasn't came up yet. It's like, we filmed those a while ago, and so it's still, it's just taken a while to get up there, but I don't know. It's just, it's like I said, it's exciting and it's overwhelming at the same time. And the other thing is that I'm not an actress. I've never been on TV. So to have the whole film crew there and kind of like, in front of your face and everything, that was a little strange too,
Right. And so it's safe to say there's no any videos of you online either.
What do you mean?
Any videos?
Did you find anything?
I'll tell you, if I keep, I have picked my spots to kind of get back at Shari, because Shari, this week, if you don't know the grief she's given me.
You don't share with me. We're like people on the other end of the world.
No, sorry, but no, go back to Ghost Hunters, Shari. I mean, this you showed up. You were a part of this season 10. So is that right? Does that sound right?
Yes. I started.
Yeah, that's a big deal, because any show that is 10 years in the or 10 seasons in is obviously doing something pretty good. And and
that's like X-Files.
Yeah. And we'll get to, because I know now there's the show is getting away from SyFy, and we'll go into that a little later. But so you're part of season 10, and you get to experience firsthand these types of ghost adventures, if you will. I shouldn't say that. That's giving the credit to another show. Ghost investigations. What it comes down to, it's reality TV still. It's that / documentary type. But during these investigations, did you, from the show perspective, would you consider that you experience definitive proof that ghost or something was there or real?
God, that's kind of hard to say. Whether on the show or not. I
know you believe
in it. So
I know you believe. Yeah, but to know that, to believe, a lot of people believe in God, but but the truth is there's still no truth that God truly exists.
Right.
I'm okay. So, and not to be a party pooper to the religious people out there, but has there?
Faith. called faith.
No, but see, that's blind faith, Tiffany, and that's a whole other subject there too. But
I mean, right? I believe things that I've experienced. So, I mean, I only hope that there is a God or something, but I've never seen him. So, yeah, I can't believe in something that I haven't seen.
Or her.
But I believe, or her, but I do believe in, like I said, like I personally believe in guardian angels just because of certain things that have happened in my life that I believe, in ghosts, well, I mean, I've seen them, I've felt them, they've, I've just experienced it so much that over how many years, so I believe in it. So,
Shari,
yeah.
What do you, how do you describe a guardian angel? What would you consider a guardian angel?
I would say it's either a family or a friend that has passed before you. Kind of, just watching over you. I mean, I kind of also believe that that people are born with guardian angels too. So even if they weren't family or friends, they're just your guardian angels, that kind of go through life with you. Again, go ahead.
What's the reason? Why would they be there? What's the intent? To take care of you, to guard you, to guide you?
Yes. yes, and yes. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I mean, there's, I mean, how many stories have you heard about these miracles that happen, as in people are in accidents or something, and these people should be dead, and then, but somehow some miracle happens and people see somebody there helping this person out, and then they're not there, or, I mean, just anything. I did, there was one, investigation that I did a while ago. It was of this boy. He was, 16 years old, and he, just got his license. He's out. He, has his freedom. Well, he decides he likes to drink. So, he's drinking and driving. And ever since he started doing all of this, he had all these issues going on in his house. The footsteps, the noises, he hears coming in the house all the time. Just all these things were always happening to him, but not to the sister, and the mother heard it every once in a while. So she called me. So I went over there, and come to find out, it was his great grandfather. So it comes down to that his great grandfather's basically warning him, you need, that he's drinking. So he basically came clean to his mother, saying, yeah, I've been drinking and this and that. Well, everything came clean, and then all of a sudden, like, he's never had any problems after that. So to me, that's his guardian angel, just somebody just looking out for him and knowing what's going to happen in his, if he continues on that path that he's going on, that his great grandfather happens to, knows it for how he knows it, but just kind of warning him. And like I said, like, ever since he stopped, there's been nothing else going on.
I'm going to throw this at both of you. Is the afterlife the same as a ghost or spirit? If I die, is in my afterlife, is that me just not finding my way somewhere and I'm still trapped here and I'm interacting with the living? Is that what the what a per se quote unquote ghost is part of the afterlife?
Sherry, go right on ahead.
I think that there's a couple of different things of okay, so you pass and you're back for a reason, or you haven't even crossed over for a reason. Some people say that tragic accidents. Well, maybe those people don't even realize that they're dead. So they're kind of not knowing what's going on. So they'll interact. And of course, these are kind of intelligent, but then you also have the residual haunting. So those people really aren't there. It's just kind of like a record playing itself, so if you see something, it'll just do the same thing over and over again, every day. And,
that's a good
so you
analogy.
have that too.
Yeah. Okay.
But also, just kind of like what this one was, is that, you have the ghost or spirit, they're coming back to try to tell you something. They need to, warn you about something or just try to tell you something. So they'll come back. I think it's just many different reasons why they would still be around.
But
I've heard different.
Go ahead, Tim.
I'm sorry. I've heard differing opinions. Like some people say that the Bible negates the idea of the spirits of deceased human beings, that they can remain on earth and haunt the living. But then again, you think, well, why did my grandfather or my grandmother come back and tell me that they love me? You know what I'm saying? Maybe not. Maybe haunt is the wrong word. Maybe visit is the word. But I still feel like they can visit, and I wonder why some people believe, based on the Bible, I guess, that they cannot. Because I feel like I've had visitations from my grandmother, and I know I have. My mother experienced the same thing on the same night, and it was bizarre. We both had a shared vision, a shared dream, and it was extremely similar. We had not spoken of her, and yet she came to both of us that same night. So I think that there's a lot of I guess, worry over whether or not it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are, not a lot of people, but there are some people that are scared. They don't want to know. They don't want to think that people are watching over them. I run into that a lot of people that are actually, they live alone, and then we talk about this subject and they're like, no, that's not true. Just don't even go there. I don't want to hear it. So they just talk themselves out of it. And, and there's others that are, absolutely, that's totally not true. That's not true. But then all of a sudden they tell me a story, and like something that's happened 20 years ago. I'm like, well, if you don't believe in it, you're still thinking of this thing that happened 20 years ago, and you're telling me you don't believe in this stuff, I think everybody's different, with what they want to believe, or, I don't know. I think nowadays, though, there are a lot more people believing than, when I first started out, obviously, in the 90s,
right. Let's go back to, Ghost Hunters. You came on board season 10. It's season 11 now, correct?
Mm-hmm.
We're getting ready.
Correct.
Okay. And this, during these, I guess your second season, what's been, share with us one investigation that just, I don't know, dazzled you, made you, think like, wow, this is the real deal? Can you share with us one of those experiences?
I cannot say where I've been. Geez. I mean, I don't. Yeah, no. No. Yeah, I can't really say much about any of the episodes, obviously.
Okay.
I mean, we I'm just gonna say, we definitely experienced a lot of stuff, and caught a lot. I'm trying to think if there's, yeah. I mean, I honestly, I can't really say too much about
and that's
Norman,
fine.
obviously.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if there is, based on what you know as far as haunted locations or haunted hotspots, what is one location that you would love to just go visit and find out for yourself if this is a real deal? Say Waverly, and you can come and hang with us in Louisville.
I think my husband would let you stay here. not the men. We have a problem.
Just because, or is it haunted?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I never actually went to Waverly, so I definitely would love to go there sometime.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes, I would love to. God, there's so many places. Even oh God, what is it called? Oh my God, I can't think. St. Augustine Lighthouse.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
Yes.
I would definitely. Yeah, I definitely want to go there. Probably in the winter time, I'll go there.
That has a really, really creepy feel, man. It actually, I've been there, and it was insane. The kind of energy that you get there, it was amazing. I mean, I didn't know anything about it, and I mean, the hairs on your body just stand up, and you get this creepy feeling like somebody's watching you, and like, I think my hair was pulled. There's some crazy stuff that went on there.
Yeah,
and it wasn't. Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So those are...
Shari, when you meet people and they realize that you're part of ghost hunters or you're a paranormal investigator, what are some of the types of questions or comments that you get from people?
Well, I think it's the look.
Yeah, or there you go.
Yeah. I get that a lot. It's kind of half and half. A lot of people, oh great, that's cool. But maybe because it's just I'm not really on there and they don't really know me, so I'm not really anybody yet. You know what I'm saying? So they it's
Whoa, wait.
We
don't have nobodies on this show. What are you talking about? Tiffany, what is she talking about?
Nobody knows me.
She's deranged.
We're deranged.
Get her off the air. Get her off the air. She's deranged.
They're like, oh, well, I haven't seen you on the show. So they think that I'm lying. And then I have to bring up my pictures. So, yeah.
Well, you were let's see. So you were actually shooting in 2015 or 2014?
I started in 2014.
Yeah. Okay. So these are the newer episodes. It's not like it was the older episodes that we're probably used to seeing.
Right.
You're the new and improved version of Ghost Hunters.
Okay.
Yeah. Tap with Shari Marie. I like that.
Yes.
You know, I have to throw this out. Here. This is my 14-year-old daughter. We do, like Friday nights, Tiffany and I do a paranormal show, and Wednesday nights I do a show that caters to local music, and and with another co-host, and Tiffany joins me every now and then. And Monday nights I do another show where it's really a eclectic mix. And my daughter happened to see like the promo for tonight, and she was like, "This is my daughter, Dad. Why do you only have nice-looking girls on your show?"
Aww.
And I'm like,
my number one fan.
I'm like, I don't know. Why is that?
Sweet.
It's all, in some ways, she's complimenting you all, but is she trying to call me out on my, is that a flaw? I mean, what am I doing here? I mean, why can't I have, why can't I go with, yeah, it just so happens
that we have the most attractive person on Ghost Hunters.
Exactly.
On the show tonight.
Why can't I, as I told Jacqueline, my daughter, it's like, why can't I have looks and brains? It's okay to have that. All right. So.
You need to school that girl a little bit better.
I know. I was like, gee, calling her dad.
And brain. It's called 2016. You can be attractive and smart.
But she thinks her dad's got ulterior motives, and
you probably do.
Probably no, I do.
Well, you know what? He was asking me earlier where the videos were, so I don't know.
I don't doubt it, but you just got to roll with it. Yeah. We've got to educate these young women and let them know that they can be smart and beautiful, and tell those men where to go. Mm-hmm. You can do that. Yep, it's a possibility. It is. So tell us, what is the most interesting investigation that you've done so far?
In my life or on the show?
On the show.
On the show. Kind of almost like the other question that Kevin gave me, which I really can't. I really can't say too much on this
because it hasn't been aired yet.
Yeah. I really can't.
Well, then tell us in your life what's the most amazing
what is this,
that you've experienced.
Like James Bond kind of stuff? What are we dealing with here?
I don't know. I mean, have you had sex with a ghost?
No, I've never.
Like Bobby Brown? Is it Bobby Brown stuff? That's what I want to know. No. So I guess I don't have anything interesting if it's nothing like that. Yeah. No.
Is it female ghosts?
With that.
Sherry?
Nothing.
Is it female ghosts? Or are females attracted to you? Female ghosts.
I think I have both.
Yeah. That's so cool on several levels. And I'm always looking for a TMZ soundbite. And I know, Tiffany, your mom is listening to the show. Tiffany, does your mom have a question to ask Shari?
She just keeps telling me careful.
Careful.
Careful. Be careful.
Careful.
Queen Colleen.
She may. Wow. Do you want to hear what she has to say?
Yeah, let's get her on.
This is a woman who's had very interesting spiritual experiences throughout her life as well.
Okay.
She just stopped texting me.
Oh.
Well, just turn her mic on, Tiffany. Her mic is on right now, so she's live. Speak.
Let's hear. She says she's here. Okay, so let's. Queen Colleen, let's hear one of your experiences, and we'll get Shari to judge your experience. How's that? How about you tell us an experience that you've had that was when you were a young person living with your group of 11 people in your family.
11? Holy hell.
Yes, she lived with 11 people. A large family. Let's hear one of your experiences, Queen Colleen.
Hello.
You're
All right.
live.
Okay, got it. Okay, probably one of the strangest things I've ever had happen, and I'm not sure if it's ghostly or what you would call it because I'm not experienced like the three of you, but there were three of us sisters who smelled smoke at the same time in three different places, and my sister's house burned down to the ground in
You
Tennessee.
forgot about your daughter. Well, I smelled it too.
Oh, you did too, of course, but that's just something that's strange. But I was wondering. Yeah,
we smelled it
before
for 3
it happened,
days, and then it stopped when it burnt down to the ground, and then we stopped.
But I'm not sure.
Wait a minute.
I don't know what kind of experience that would be called.
You smelled this for a day, for days?
No, 3 days.
2 days.
3 days. So it's a premonition. You had this sense of something before it took place.
Mm-hmm.
Before it happened. I mean, that's not
right.
per se ghost. That's
but
like,
I don't know. Is that ghostly? What is that?
That's more what?
But all
unexplained.
At the same time smelled it.
Oh no, we all did. It was more than 3.
Right.
It was actually her sisters plus me.
Right.
Wow.
So now how
is
did
that ghostly?
How did it burn down?
Well, my sister's boyfriend set it on fire, but we didn't know that at the time.
Good Lord. Why? It's always the boyfriend. Sherry's boyfriend.
What is it?
Man,
Colleen's boyfriend.
What is it? No, I don't have boyfriends. I have husband.
Okay. As far as he knows, right?
Yeah. But I don't know what you would call that. That's a strange experience. I don't know.
That's
right. I mean, like you said, like some kind of a premonition, or is it somebody that came that was there, like if somebody was visiting,
like a guardian,
right? Like a guardian angel, just trying to kind of warn you guys. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. I'm not a psychic. I'm not a medium. So I mean, I don't really know. I mean, that it kind of sounds like either those two. I mean, but for a premonition for all of you guys to have the same type of experience, I mean, it almost sounds to me like, I mean, if that ever happened to me, I would think, oh my God, somebody is trying to tell us all, like a family member is coming, like a guardian angel, or a family member coming to warn us all, if all of you are smelling it, but I mean,
well, let me ask you if you've ever experienced the sense of smell while you've been on an investigation, like some strange scent, like perfume or smoke.
Yeah.
You have experienced something like that? Can you explain? Can you describe the experience?
Good question.
Well, I smelled both of those, perfume, smoke. Sometimes like with the smoke, you have to, in wood, it takes up, like the people were smoking a long time ago. People always smoked in their houses and everything. So that smoke gets kind of soaked up into the wood, and say if it's like a really hot day or, it gives off that smell, so even if, so you think, oh my God, I smell smoke, but really it's the wood, in a certain temperature, it'll just kind of pour out. So you really have to think about things like that. Yes, perfumes, flowers, you smell a lot. And again, you have to look around just to make sure that somebody just didn't walk by you with a whole thing of perfume or there's flowers outside that's coming inside, that smells. I mean, you really have to just look. You can't just assume.
Going into an investigation, are you required to like not wear perfume? Because if somebody smells perfume and
we
you
don't.
walk past, they're like,
yeah.
Oh my God. Oh wait, no, it was Shari Marie.
Yeah, no, we don't wear anything. I mean, deodorant, but like unscented.
That's kind of gross.
Like
that's kind of gross.
Unscented, I'll say. But we know what we all smell like.
And they'll be like, whoa. They'll be like, what is that smell? And they'll be like, oh, it's Shari. It's Shari.
She no deodorant again.
Come down here in the middle of summer to go investigate Waverly. And
it's 100 degrees in the house in high humidity. Shari is sweating like a, and they'll be like, oh, it's just Shari. It's Shari.
Okay, well, Queen Colleen has another question for you, Shari.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, Shari, do you think that some of these experiences happen in similar experiences happen to families? Like Tiffany, my sisters, since I have 8 brothers and sisters, my nieces, we've all had similar things happen. Do you think these, like ghostly or whatever they are, would happen in the same families for some reason?
Are we talking about
maybe a heightened sense of our surroundings, like supernatural surroundings?
Well, everybody has a certain type of. Some people are more sensitive than others. So you'll get somebody that's very sensitive, and they could just pick up on any little thing, any little energy change, or, they can they smell easier. They have just different experiences, and other people who are they're just not sensitive at all, and they could be in the same room with you and have completely like nothing going on. You with your family, I mean, I don't really know how to answer it just because every individual is different. I don't know if maybe you guys are kind of,
let's ask it this way.
Kind of like bleeding it off to each other. Like if one person's nervous and that makes the other person nervous.
Right.
And then another person, and then all of a sudden somebody says, oh my God, I think I heard something. Oh, I think I heard something too.
Okay. Shari, how about this? How about if you noticed that your children were starting to react to different things?
Mm-hmm.
At that point, would you think that maybe they were just more sensitive to your surroundings like you are?
Well, I'm teaching them to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I don't want them getting nervous at every little.
That's what I do.
Or every, so yeah. So I just try to, stay as calm as possible. And not that I'm gonna be running around screaming,
right?
But just talk to them in a normal way and just it's nothing to be afraid of. They're here for whatever reason, but they're not going to hurt you. So don't worry about it.
That's how I react with my daughters. That's exactly right. I agree 100%.
Right. But the thing is, like, I'm assuming that I don't know if you guys grew up that way of, just not being nervous or not being nervous.
We grew up Catholic. We grew up religious. We grew up with the idea of guardian angels as well.
Right.
And I think that it doesn't even matter. It's not really, it doesn't really relate to religion. It relates to spirituality.
Right. Whether
you can connect with other beings. And our issue, like I'm really heavy on the ET phenomenon, whereas Kevin is, he likes the paranormal. I like both, but I'm not sure where it crosses the line. There's a lot of spirituality in the ufology world. when it comes to the soul matrix, you sort of have this weird connection. Is it a spirit? Is it an ET? Are we being transversed or changed into some other body in the end? What is past lives? Are we all being reincarnated? There's a lot of questions when it comes to spirituality, extraterrestrial beings,
it's a lot of serious shit we're dealing
paranormal. Well, there's a lot of heavy issues that come along into
I'm being serious.
realm.
Yeah.
But you don't really see that on Ghost Hunters. On Ghost Hunters, what we see is, oh my God, there's a ghost. Well, sometimes there is, and sometimes it's not. You have the quest. The quest is important. You're going to do the investigation, and that's the important part. Trying to look into the history, trying to look into the reality, the common everyday happenings of the place or the people, or it's a quest. It's a very important quest, and I think that people are starting to really enjoy that quest. Wouldn't you agree, Shari?
Yeah, but we are also our main objective also is to help the client. So whether, no matter what's there, from a rat or a real ghost, we're there to help them just become comfortable in wherever they are, either building or house. That's kind of where we're trying to go. So yeah, we go in there, we disprove whatever claim that we can, or come up with an alternative answer, for them. And most of the time we come up with, I can't even tell you how many animals we go through, and the raccoons that we come up with, and
right.
And people just, just their imaginations go, and then they just, oh my God, I'm nervous because there's something here and there. And, but no, it's just this, or it's just that. It's nothing. And actually that's kind of why I got into the whole field, is to help people out. Being in that house, where the haunted house, know the feeling, and it's just an awful, awful feeling. And, and everything that I've learned throughout all these years is kind of, that's what I wanted to help with other people, because they don't realize, different things that it could be, even like the high EMFs and stuff. And remember a long time ago, we had like the cordless phones, and we had the alarm clocks on the side of our beds, so all of this stuff was kind of just pouring out high EMF.
Right.
So I got so many phone calls of, in my bed, I see this, I see that, and so I used to tell everybody, you know what, just, take these items, put it way, bring them downstairs, bring them way away from your bedroom. Give it about, give me a week, and call me back and tell me if there's anything. And I would say most of them said, no, it's gone. That's how strong, that is. So of course, so we go into disprove as much, as many claims as we can. And then we'll go into trying to figure out, who's, set up our equipment, set up the equipment, and just try to get proof, try to, with either the cameras or the, it's getting late because I can't even think of my words anymore.
It's getting late.
Try to get the EVPs. Yes, it's getting late. When I'm home, I have my day job. So
you must be a mom.
I am a mom.
It's like me. I'm like, okay, let's. Wait. What's the question? No.
Yeah, it's like when I'm doing.
Hold on, Tiffany. Hold on. We have officially gotten a cue from our guest to wrap this flipping show up.
No.
I know. I'm like, wow.
This is the first. But I'm telling you, it's because she's a mom.
You know what?
Oh
I
my
respect
God.
that.
I wake
We're
up at
there.
5:30 every
She's
morning.
a mom.
So
I'm
Aw.
telling you.
All right. Look. No, well then let's give Shari her out. And Shari, this last segment is kind of like a shits and giggles segment. It's called Round of Shots, which is kind of a play on our name, shooting from the lip. I'm going to ask you some questions. It's kind of like a quick Q&A to get to just to know little quirky things about you. But let's have some fun with it, and then we'll let you go to sleep, Meemaw. Number one, right now, if someone grabbed your iPod or whatever music media you use, what would be the song playing right now?
Oh my God. It would be Flow Rider. Welcome to my
Flow Rider.
Nice.
I hear you.
I like
that. Is nice. I like that.
Is nice.
Yes. Number 2.
I'm going to see her face and think that from now on.
Exactly. Every time Flow Rider gets on, I'm going to
I like
that.
that.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to sing it for her, and I'll send it on Periscope or something.
Please, yeah, there you go.
You.
We'll have to dedicate the next Periscope to Shari and Flow Rider.
There we
Number
go.
2. Number 2, Shari, your first concert you attended.
Oh God. First concert.
The Beatles.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
wow. How old do you think I am?
I have to give her shit.
God.
She has given me grief all week.
Oh God, I know. God, I don't even remember the first concert. I know I've been to like 1,000 Bon Jovi concerts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the other thing too. I gotta give a shout out to Shari. I saw something that she's a big hair band chick. Is that true, Shari?
I love hair. Oh my God, the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah. It's me too.
Yes.
I'm an 80s guy.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Number 3. What was the last picture you took with your phone? Be honest.
The last picture that I just took, it's not, well, actually, just,
She's stuttering.
She stuttered. Yeah. Who did you text? I don't need to know who you text that picture to.
Who were you texting?
No.
Yeah,
it wasn't. It wasn't. See, and I'm not even going to say anything because now you're going to be like, oh, really?
She still has.
I think it's the ex. I think it's the old boyfriend, ex-husband who keeps getting brought up here.
No. Yeah, the last picture. No, it's actually. I was with my son, and we were taking a picture of the sunset.
There you go. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. All right, good.
Nice.
I'm sorry, it was nothing crazy like you guys.
Nothing incriminating.
No.
Yeah. Number 4. Name a Shari pet peeve.
Oh my God. It's just so many. You know why? I don't like when people blow their nose at the table.
Oh, that's like always a good one.
Oh God! In a restaurant or at
Is that your
table.
grandpa?
One of them used to do that, but I mean every single time. I mean it's awful.
That's funny. All right, Number 5. If you could choose one superpower, what would it be?
Superpower. God, I would like to fly.
Yeah.
How many times have we heard that?
I really felt like I think I don't
Everybody
know
wants to fly.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the one person to say that their one superpower would be to be a cool podcast host. Is that a superpower? That's not a super. Actually, it's not a superpower. That's a very natural gift. I was born with that gift. So, all right.
You were born with the gift of gab, man.
Yeah, there you go. Number 6. Shari, what is the weirdest scar you have, and how did you get it?
Scar. I think I've been pretty good. The only thing I haven't gotten many. The only scar that I can think of is on my leg. From a long, long, long time ago, when my brother used to drive me around on his moped, and I burnt my leg on the moped.
Owie.
And then I hid it from my parents because I didn't want them telling me I can't ride on the moped anymore. So then it got like all infected, and it was terrible. Yeah, but that's really the only scar I really have.
Okay.
Can I tell you one that's really funny?
Yes, dear.
Sure, go ahead.
It sort of relates to Shari's because my mom actually got on a motorcycle with some old cute boyfriend, and she cut her leg on the license plate, ripped her leg open like 5 inches. God. She didn't even know it was there until she put her finger in it.
Oh.
Put her finger in it?
Wow.
Yes.
Come on, Colleen. What were you? What were you on? Were you under the influence of something that night, that day, or whatever?
No, she's exaggerating a tad. It was a neighbor.
It's a neighbor.
And I really just sat on the back, and I flipped my leg over, and the license plate in that state did not have a surrounding like rubber piece, and it just sliced my leg open. And as I was walking, my middle finger went into my leg, and that's how I knew. Did not even feel it.
Colleen, I just want you to know you had me when you said you flipped your leg over. All right, next question.
Yes.
Let's see, 6, 7. 7, Shari, what would be the perfect pizza topping for you?
Oh, God. Everybody always makes fun of my pizzas.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so, oh, God. And, yeah, I'm thinking somebody's listening right now, and he's probably laughing right now.
Your boyfriend sent me all these questions, by the way.
My boyfriend
Your
now
ex-boyfriend,
is probably... No, my boyfriend now is probably laughing like, oh, my God, I can't believe this is even a question. No, I don't eat cheese. So on my pizza, I don't put cheese on my pizza. So I usually put vegetables. So it's usually, I do put sauce. But like artichokes and olives and broccoli and caramelized onions.
That actually doesn't sound bad.
What the hell? Good Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you say broccoli?
Yes.
Do they usually have broccoli at the pizza place?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is a northeastern kind of thing, probably, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't either.
Shari kind of thing.
Oh, it's a Shari kind of thing. You know what? It is a Shari kind of thing. It's been a Shari kind of thing tonight, you know. All right, that was Pure Perfect Pizza. Number 10, or no, where were we at?
9.
9. No, 8. 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, name a... Did I ask you to... That was a perfect pizza. Name a Shari guilty pleasure. We know it's not anything to do with the ex-boyfriend or ex-husband. Is it something to do with the current boyfriend? No?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer this.
I mean, do you like do you eat ice cream before you go to bed?
No.
Is it do you like to watch a certain? Is there a certain website you look at before you go to bed?
I just snorted for you, by the way.
I heard that, Tiffany. Love it.
Yes, that was Tiffany, not me.
That was me. I admit it.
Come on, guilty pleasure, Shari.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have to skip that question.
Oh, fine. All right, yeah. Number 9.
Sometimes a guilty pleasure is like watching.
Just watching.
Jessica Simpson with her ex, Nick Lachey. Sometimes that's a guilty pleasure. You never know. I mean,
really?
I don't really.
Guilty.
I don't really watch.
That's the first.
I mean, nobody would ever admit
Jessica
to that.
Simpson's name has ever come up on this show.
Nobody would ever admit to that today, but you know it happens.
Yeah, but you know what? Nick Lachey is
really into all that.
Okay. All right. Number 9. Shari, what is your favorite phone app?
My favorite phone
besides Tinder.
I've never been on those.
That's yours, Kevin.
You're right.
Yeah. Oh God, I can't even look at my phone because I'm on Skype.
Oh, you don't know? Well, what's the one app? Is it Twitter? Is it Facebook? Is it?
Well,
Pinterest,
I'm on Facebook and Twitter.
Being
constantly.
a girl.
Being a girl.
Twitter.
What?
Being a girl. Isn't Pinterest like a girl thing?
Oh, Pinterest. Something, yeah. I don't go on that either.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just starting like the Instagram, and I'm just starting all of that stuff.
What about
I made you follow all of our show stuff.
I know all of it.
Yeah, no. Like it.
Do this one, do that one. Yeah, I like them all.
There's nothing more pleasing to me when I tell someone what to do and they do it.
I tried to do what you told me to do.
I
tried to be nice.
All right, Shari, the last
I'll get you later.
round of shot question. If you had access to a time machine and can go anywhere in the past, anywhere from right when you were born to the dinosaurs, where would you go?
Oh God. Before I was born to the dinosaurs. Let me see.
Anywhere.
God, that's a hard question. I don't know. I don't really want to be hanging out with the dinosaurs.
Okay, you don't have to, but
it would definitely be
like
after
medieval. Do you want to go back to when you and the ex-boyfriend were on good terms, or what are we talking about here?
No, God, no. No.
No. Okay, I think that's a no.
No. God, I don't know. If I wouldn't want to do all of my younger years. I would not want to do those over again. I don't want to go back to school.
How about the future? Nobody ever talks about the future.
That's I don't bring it up.
I would love to go into the future I would love to go into the future just to see what's going to happen, but as long as I don't age, like
Well, we can prevent that. That's going to be part of our superpowers.
This is our show, so we get to do what we want with our with our time machine. So.
Yeah, I think I'd rather go into the future than the past.
Okay. So where at in the future? Like 100 years or whatever?
No, I would like to go probably. I would like to see where my kids would be. So I don't really want to go that much into the future, but something like when they're an adult, just to kind of go and see how they turned out and make sure everything is okay, and if I need to tweak something when I come back, Yeah, it's just to make sure. Yeah. So I don't know, maybe 30 years or so.
Okay. Good deal. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Shari. Has season 11 already started?
Nope, it starts August 3rd.
Oh, so okay, and that all right. That explains why you were kind of hush hush, the whole James Bond kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow, okay. So season 11 starts in August.
August 3rd.
August 3rd.
I'm so excited. I am going to wear my tap shirt even though it's like 2 sizes too small and I'm like struggling to breathe, okay? I'm going to wear it in your honor and I'm going to like get popcorn and I don't even drink Cokes, but I'm going to drink a Coke and I'm going to be so excited for this event. We're going to have it. We're going to do it. And we're going to do it right.
Well, we usually live tweet every time it's on.
Awesome.
So, obviously Wednesday nights at 9:00. As many of us, as long as everybody's all set, we'll live tweet during the show. The first time, because I've never tweeted before. So
you're not fond of the Twitter.
No, so it took me probably up until midnight the first night to even respond to everybody. I'm like, oh my God, it was pretty bad. But I'm better. I'm better now. Yeah, I'm trying.
Well, we wish you so much luck, and we can't wait to see this season, and we're really, really excited about Ghost Hunters, and as usual, because, like I said, I've been a very big fan since the beginning. It was a ritual for me when they first began, and we will watch it, and my daughter is gonna like it. She's gonna have to watch it, and she's gonna love it. So I can't wait. We're really excited.
Yeah, me too.
And now, when I watch it, I won't have to say, who's the hot brunette? I already know.
You already know who she is.
I already know who she is.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Oh,
Shari got game.
Okay.
Shari.
Kevin is evil.
Yeah, Shari came on and killed it tonight. Shari,
amen.
Yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight and dealing with our nonsense. And Colleen, is Colleen still on the line? She's still there?
I'm still here.
Oh, and Shari, you even got Tiffany's mom tonight too. So.
Yes.
Oh, that's craziness.
Yeah, it was a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yep. Yes, it was.
Shari,
let's
I'll reach out to you as the season progresses, and we'll get you back on, and we'll talk the season later.
Okay. All right. Sounds like a plan. Yeah.
All right. Have a good night. Take care.
Thank you. You too. All right. Bye, guys. Bye.
So, Kevin, next week we've got Ann Wilder on the show, correct?
Annie Wilder,
Annie Wilder,
does Annie Wilder. She is a paranormal author. She writes these what are like true trucker type ghost stories. It's a nice little niche that she's got. She's reached out to these people, these truck drivers, these people who have traveled these paranormal roads that route. What is that? Route
66 or
yeah, exactly. And she's put together a lot of great stories. She's actually had some stories locally here too, where Hot Rod Haven, which is in South Louisville, and then the Pope Lick. What is it? The Pope Lick Monster. Was that right? Pope Lick Monster?
The Goat Man.
Yeah, the Goat. Yeah. So next week it's gonna be some kind of that urban legend type of feel, and so that's where I'm pretty excited about that. Annie actually, when I did my paranormal shows back in the day, she had been a guest, and I was quite entertained with her story. So it will be a good show next week. So.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I enjoyed that.
At no time were any animals or people hurt during this presentation of Shooting from the Lip.